Alright people, what's up everyone, and welcome to another reaction video for today, and I'm here to take a look at the worldwide reveal, as it's about to happen in a minute and 15 seconds, for the new Tom Clancy game called Tom Clancy's... They didn't say yet, but I'm assuming it's gonna be, a lot of people have been saying it's gonna be an amalgamation of like a bunch of different Tom Clancy. Okay. Is this like your first hint at what to expect, I guess? I guess that this whole build-up has been a hint to all the concept art. I haven't really been watching it, honestly. But, yeah, it's an amalgamation of a bunch of other Tom Clancy games, like Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, which I'm like, can't Splinter Cell have its own game again? There's a Splinter Cell goggles, by the way. But fine. I guess, I'm assuming it's going to be because you're going to have, like, characters that are, like, espionage that you could pick. Like, it's gonna be a bunch of different like hero classes, and you're gonna have like a Splinter Cell class, and you're gonna have like a Ghost Recon class, which is not exactly like Splinter Cell, so whatever. Then you got maybe a Division class. I'm assuming that's the Division class all the way on the right. Maybe is it gonna be like a Watchdog? No, it's probably the third one, because don't they have like those things in the Division that they have on their whatever. Anyway, let's find out what it is now. All right, what is it called? I mean, I think we all know it's an amalgamation, but Tom Clancy's. Imagine that's the name of it. It's just called Tom Clancy's because it's just a bunch of shit.
We're excited to share a first look at a project we're developing at Ubisoft San Francisco. This is our take on a multiplayer first-person shooter.
We need to get you in early and find out what you think.
Our goal is to make a best-in-class shooter for you,
I'll get in early,
to compete
and have fun with your friends.
It's fast-paced firefights
meets punk rock mosh pit.
We're proud to introduce our new game,
Tom Clancy's XDefiant.
Oh, XDefiant. Okay. XD. Okay.
This game great.
XD.
Later in this video, we'll tell you how to get involved.
But first, we'll get into the action.
This is a free-to-play, high-octane shooter.
Where's it come out?
Realistic gunplay.
Say today, I'll play it.
Personalized classes.
Those classes are represented in our game as factions.
Yeah.
Wolves.
Okay, is that Division? Or the, I don't know.
Comes equipped with traits,
Cleaners.
abilities,
Okay.
and an ultra to complement your playstyle.
Echelon. There it is. There it is. There's Splinter Cell.
Each faction is capable of swinging the momentum of the match.
Okay.
Our factions are at the heart of the game. They're inspired by maverick groups from across Tom Clancy's games and beyond. From this inspiration, we created new characters and gameplay unique to our shooter. And we'll continue to add to this diverse cast as the game evolves.
Now, while factions help you define your role, we know to be a great shooter,
thinking about the
gunplay has to be our
possible
top priority.
Splinter Cell game that'll never happen.
We have an ever-growing arsenal of authentic weapons and attachments.
The muzzle flash disappearing there look weird.
Into how our weapons look and feel. We've crafted every weapon attachment for precise, satisfying gunplay.
Oh, that shotgun feels good. I'm not even playing it. Hey, if you get the shotgun right, I'm okay. You got me.
Players can mix and match any faction and weapon loadout. You can swap at respawn
Looking fun.
to adapt to a changing battlefield.
You can move. Oh, hell yeah, it's like some Mass Effect 2 shit.
Loadout to be what you need when you need it.
I can't stress this hard enough. We are a shooter first.
And your abilities and ultras
Guys, this is a
unique
shooter.
Opportunities to set up nail-biting shootouts and unforgettable clutch plays. Personalizing classes, guns, and gear in a fast-paced.
I wonder why they're making this.
Whole new experience in Tom Clancy gaming.
They want those clutch plays.
Super stoked by what we've accomplished so far,
and I couldn't be more proud
Beta?
of our incredible team. We want to
Who's this
personally
Watch Dogs,
thank
dude?
everyone that's worked so hard
Looking
during
sus
the
in the
pandemic
corner.
to keep the momentum going on this game.
We understand that it's been even harder for some of you. We hope that we can build a community that's a place where people can connect and have fun.
And we're committed to creating a welcoming game based on fair play and
You know that's not
transparency.
gonna happen, right?
Whether you're playing casually
I'm sure
or
Jeff
pushing
Kaplan
yourself
said the same thing
competitively.
about Overwatch, and that's
The
one
game's
of the
still in
most
early
toxic
development,
player
but we're gearing up to let
bases
you in
ever.
as soon as possible. So register right now to participate in our early rollout phases.
Thank you so much for watching.
That's it?
We
Okay.
really want your input,
Alright.
so please reach out to us on social media.
I thought we'd get like a good gameplay demo. I mean, we got enough gameplay, I guess. August 5th, okay. Alright, first test. Oh. Is this gonna be a trailer?
Y'all, you just got the first look at Tom Clancy's XDefiant. Players anywhere in the world right now
Tom
can head
Clancy's
to playxdefiant.com to sign up for a chance to play early. And PC players in the US and Canada can start playing as early as August 5th. But until then, we have some more details.
I'll probably sign up.
Joined by two very special guests. Kim Wigan, producer on Tom Clancy's XDefiant. Kim, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Hi, Kim.
And
I'll
Mark,
probably end it here.
executive producer on the game. Mark, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So, I want to get into things.
I kind of want to hear what they're going to
details, because
say.
This is a new look for Tom Clancy. Can you tell us a little bit more about this direction?
Is it? I mean, I guess it's got, like you said, a punk rock look to it, but like most of the gameplay didn't really come across.
That had at its
Almost looked like a
core,
Watch Dogs.
a strong expectation of quality around gameplay. So, movement, aiming, shooting, etc.
Which I know isn't Tom Clancy, before someone says it.
And realistic.
It might as well be,
but
at this
also
point.
smooth and
Tom
reactive.
Clancy's been dead for years, and you can just put his name on
matched up
anything.
really well with the Clancy
You think Tom
universe.
Clancy would really like this?
But we wanted
You think
to bring
Ubisoft
a
cares?
very different take on the attitude that is, I
Nope.
would say, normally associated with Clancy. And I think you can even
Tom
see
Clancy.
that in our title.
The
XDefiant logo
I still remember.
is really in a
XD.
kind of
That's so
irreverent
lame.
and
I'm sorry.
rebellious take
Just call
that
it
we
Tom
think
Clancy's
flips
Defiant.
the normally
X
serious
Defiant. That's
Clancy
so
vibe.
yeah. Hey, bro, you want to
So
play
tell us a little bit about
XD?
what
You're
kind
gonna
of
hear
game
people
this
say
is.
that. Oh,
At its core,
I already hate it.
XDefiant is a really fast-paced arena shooter with a reasonably fast.
which
time
looks
to kill.
fun. It does look fun.
It
I'm
should
not
be
gonna lie.
Very familiar to all players of the genre. And
Well, it's
so you can,
familiar. How is an
jump in
Ubisoft
quickly,
original then?
Alone or with friends.
Gotcha there.
You can go into it with a very.
I'm coming for you. It says in the top right. By the way, I didn't even realize that until now.
One of the number one things that I want
Yeah, look, I'm
to
coming
say
for you.
about the team and the game
I'm
is
coming
that,
for you. I'm like,
we're just
calm
here
down.
really to make a game that
Don't
people
murder me,
enjoy
bro.
playing.
I'm gonna play your
That's it,
game.
Really, it's literally that simple. We want the beginning of this game's life to be very humble and focused on being transparent with our community.
It's not gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be fucking pricks and dicks. I mean, that's just humanity. When you don't have a person face to face with another person, then one of those two people are gonna be fucking horrible humans.
Well, maybe the next game will have
In a video game, especially. Like,
we want this game to last.
I could say whatever I want. They can't do anything about it.
And go off and make
You
another game
suck.
after this one
Your
launches.
mother
We
is
want
a
to be
slut,
dedicated
and
to our community.
I'm
We'll
your
make some
dad.
mistakes,
which
but
I don't know
we
what that
hope the
says about
community
you.
will trust us enough
It's-
to know that we will always
Had a-
own up to those, and we will
had a-
always
had a
work
son
to
with
fix
a
them as
son.
fast as possible. Because again, at the
I can't think of
the
good
day,
trash talking.
we
I
just
don't
wanna
really
build a
trash talk.
game and a community.
I usually
that
don't
people
even put my
really
mic
wanna
on
be a
because
part
it's
of.
just like, oh boy. I only put my mic
That's
on
great to hear,
in
Mark. Has
certain
me very
games
excited.
when someone's being really
now, I
toxic.
want to get a little bit into gameplay, specifically that
Usually
video
I
you
do the
saw.
whole bit
Kim,
where
we
it's
got a
just
look
like,
at some
hey,
factions
you
that
having a
come to
bad
the game. Can
day?
you tell
Because it
us a
sounds
little
like
bit
you
more
are.
about them?
And I just like try
I
to
can. So
try to
our
make them feel
factions
bad
are
about it.
Class-based gameplay, and we have 4 factions.
Not all
that
the
we're
time
showing
though.
off currently.
Sometimes I do
The
just
first
go
is
in
the
and
Wolves from Ghost Recon.
say,
This
you
is our
suck
tank
dick at
class,
this
so
game.
they have
You so
higher
bad.
health than the other
Yeah.
factions, and they
Anyway.
have abilities that are shield-based.
I'm
We
not
also
listening
have
to
2
this,
factions
obviously.
from the Division. The first is the Cleaners, our fire-based high
Yeah, I thought
DPS
the
assault
Cleaners was
class,
probably
and we
Division.
have the Outcasts, which is our healing faction. And
Okay.
finally, we have the Echelon, which is from Splinter
Splinter
Cell.
Cell.
It's our support faction. They are all about hiding information from the enemies and giving more information to
I mean, this is
teammates.
cool. I do
Now, our
want to. I
factions
want to play
have some
Echelon
key
for
elements.
sure.
They have passive
If you
traits,
can't do
they
one
have
of those like
ultra,
leg things
and
Sam
they
Fisher
have
does, where he like
entering
gets
the
up on
choose
like
from a
a
number of
hallway
different
that's like
abilities
really close,
that
like
will
there's 2
change the
walls close
moment
together,
in
and
gameplay.
he like splits, does the
So,
splits.
on
You know what I
top
mean?
of all this, we also have Defiants, which are the characters that you can select within those factions. And every Defiant has a set of skins, so you can really customize what your character looks like when you play. Now, all of these, your Defiants, your faction, your abilities, your loadouts, all of that can be adjusted and changed when you respawn in our game. So you are not committed to a loadout as soon as you go into a match. You can change it pretty much every time you respawn.
Cool.
Now, this adds a lot of depth to our gameplay, but I should mention that gunplay is still the key. That is what will
gunplay's
make or
key.
break
This
the
is a
win or
shooter.
loss for your match.
This is a shooter. I don't know why they kept
And I
saying
think
that.
the
Like
final
most
note
games that are
is
shooters are
we're going to
shooters.
continue to add to
But I
this
guess like
roster
maybe
of
like newer
factions,
Call of Duty
Defiants,
games
Elites,
go for like the
Loadouts,
more
and we
futuristic
really want to
stuff,
hear
even though
from
Cold War
you all,
didn't
the people
obviously.
who are going to play our game.
But like a lot of
what
them
you
are
wanna
like
see.
you could do jump packs
Tim,
and
that's
stuff. What
so
you
great to
just
hear.
slid
That's
there
awesome.
and you have like energy shields. I don't know.
Mark, I want to ask you now. Tell us
And you can
a
go
little bit
visible.
about the different maps and modes coming to
I
XDefiant.
don't know. All right.
Yeah.
Modes. I'll hear those.
I can give you some details too, but let me first talk about the maps because I love what our team has done. I really love our
They're
maps.
obviously based around
not
some
not
of
only
the
do
video
they play
games. That's
really
Division,
well,
I assume, right?
but each map is interesting and full of character. They are all really unique and beautiful locations, and I think this is an area where our Snowdrop engine really shines. And as we start seeing all of the maps for launch and beyond,
There's only 7,000 people watching now.
Inspiration from many different games, pretty much in the same way we did with our factions.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now for some details.
Okay, how about modes?
In the upcoming closed test, we're going to have 10 maps available.
Whoa!
That will be divided into 7 standard
That's way more than I thought.
maps and 3 linear maps.
3 linear.
And then
Okay.
for modes,
7?
we'll
Wow.
have 3 different modes for arena maps. That's domination, ringleader, and upload.
Okay.
And then for the linear
Uploads
maps, we
could
have
be
2
objective,
modes,
ringleader's
escort
probably
and zone control. So we wanted
like a
our
tag
first
style.
modes to be very familiar to people, but also show that we can play with the formulas. And so we picked these modes to give players, a variety of gameplay styles. So we have a mode for people who like objectives. We have a mode for people who like a TDM style of play.
That's what I like.
We have a mode for people who want a more competitive,
I want to play some
style of play.
team deathmatch
as
stuff.
well as the 2 linear.
I might load up
modes
Call of
for
Duty.
People who like a more progression.
The shotgun in Call of Duty is.
And it's our goal that
so
at launch,
good.
There will be
especially if you're playing on
variety
PS5
in both maps
because you
and
get
modes.
that haptic
and we
feedback.
plan on bringing new maps and modes
Ooh,
on
buddy.
a regular basis throughout
good.
the life of the game.
That's awesome. I love everything I'm hearing. You got plenty of diversity in factions, maps, modes, all anchored by good gunplay. That's what I love to hear. Can you tell us a little bit about the team that's making the game?
Sure, I'll hear this too.
I love talking about our development team. So we are led by the Ubisoft San Francisco studio. Mark and I both work at that studio, and we have a team with just incredibly diverse backgrounds and experiences in game development.
Right.
Now, we've built this team of industry veterans, and we have a lot of experience in making first-person shooters. But on top of that, we have a number of production processes that are helping us get this game to a point that we're really proud of. So we have things like feedback loops and iterations that we do regularly.
All right, I'm good. I got enough info. All right, cool. So there you go. That's the new Tom Clancy game. It's called XDefiant. Not sure about the name. It should just be called Defiant, but they wanted to put that XD in there. Right there. There's the logo right there. XDefiant. XD. Does anybody ever make that face when they're playing a game? By the way, I just want to know. Do they go and they close their eyes so hard and make X's, or just one X? I guess. Does anybody do that? They did so well. They're like. I just want to let me know. Anyway, there you go. That's that. Looks fun, but honestly, from what I got from this stream, just gameplay wise, I'm sure there's some information I talked over, but really, I'd rather see it in game than be told it. I didn't get a lot more info, like from the, compared to what we got yesterday. But that's just me. Anyway, cool. I guess. I just want a new Splinter Cell game. That's all I want, guys. Jesus fucking Christ.